Transfer News Live. Man United make 100 midfielder decision. Chiesa's Liverpool future. City receive a diss on bid. Manchester United have spent big on new forwards and have their sights on PSG goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, although they have ended their pursuit of Brighton midfielder Carlos Baleba. They will need to make some sales, with Jadon Sancho being targeted by Besiktas and Roma, Antony wanted by Benfica, and Chelsea interested in Alejandro Garnacho. Liverpool, meanwhile, have signed teenage defender Giovanni Leoni as they hope to bolster their defense. The club also remain in talks with Crystal Palace over Mark Guehi, and the London side may want to cash in before his contract expires next summer. The Reds still hold an interest in Alexander Isak, who is trying to force a move away from Newcastle, but they will need to spend big money to secure him. And there is now the possibility that Federico Chiesa stays at the club after his match-winning cameo against Bournemouth elsewhere. Spurs are also preparing to boost their own forward line and want to sign Palace's Eberechi and face and battle with Arsenal for his services. United withdraw their pursuit of Baleba. Manchester United have pulled out of their pursuit of Carlos Baleba due to Brighton's high price. Brighton wanted more than £100 million to sell the young midfielder, and United, who still need to sell several players this summer, were not prepared to spend that kind of money, according to The Athletic. Baleba, 21, has impressed since moving to the South Coast and is said to be happy at the club, despite being keen on the switch to Old Trafford. The Blues have agreed personal terms with Alejandro Garnacho, reports Fabrizio Romano, but remain apart from Manchester United in their valuation of the winger. United have made Garnacho available for £50 million, but Chelsea believe they can secure him for less. United, meanwhile, are point to the sale of NONN to Arsenal for more than £50 million as a reason for Garnacho's market value. Though the Old Trafford hierarchy want to offload Garnacho, he isn't a big strain on the books, and United can afford to hold out for the price they want. A developing story, and want to keep an eye after Manchester United hit rock bottom. Are the good times finally coming? If nothing else, Ruben Amorim does not try to sugarcoat things. The manager, who had said he had perhaps the worst team in Manchester United's history, stood in the middle of the Old Trafford pitch and said, "Today, after this disaster season." The disaster season, piercing as some of the criticisms of a campaign where United had fared worse than had seemed possible. Few were as pithy as Amorim's description. The rest of his message marked a real shift in tone. "I want to tell you the good days are coming," he added. Manchester United announce U-turn on Erik ten Hag rule. Man United are changing the way they prepare for matches after a decision from Ruben Amorim for the new season. Ruben Amorim has changed Manchester United's pre-match routine at Old Trafford. United prepared for home matches by staying overnight in a city centre hotel before travelling to the game. But Erik ten Hag changed the routine following his appointment from Ajax. Ten Hag made the players arrive at Old Trafford 4 hours before kick-off. They would arrive individually in their own cars and enjoy a pre-match meal at the stadium. The Dutchman also repurposed a large hospitality suite at Old Trafford and turned it into a pre-match room for his squad. However, Amorim has decided to scrap that approach, which means the players will now meet at Carrington, eat together at the training ground, and travel as a group to Old Trafford. United have confirmed they will arrive at Old Trafford at 2:45 p.m. to face Arsenal on Sunday. Speaking to MUTV about the decision, Amorim said, "I always had the feeling that we arrive at Old Trafford and Old Trafford must be the centre of the game, but we cannot spend 4 hours there waiting for the game. And I feel with these facilities at Carrington, we can be here, preparing for the game away from Old Trafford, and when we arrive at Old Trafford, we have to feel the fans and then go directly to the game, not killing the momentum of the connection with our fans. We know that we have a lot of people waiting there for us, to be with the players and to sign autographs. We will try to do the same. So, it's going to be the same experience for the fans. But for us it's going to be better because we are going to feel, nearer the game, the momentum with the fans, and we will spend less time in there." United unveiled Carrington's £50 million makeover ahead of the new season. "I have no doubt that it will positively impact the performance of our teams," said Omar Barada. Here at the Manchester Evening News, we're dedicated to bringing you the best Manchester United coverage and analysis. Make subscribe and share. Jadon Sancho transfer latest as Manchester United exit moves closer with bid made. Latest Manchester United transfer news and gossip with an update on Jadon. A fresh update has emerged about Jadon Sancho's future at Manchester United. Sancho spent last season on loan at Chelsea, which did include an obligation to make the move permanent for £25 million. Instead, the Londoners chose not to activate the clause, and Sancho has since returned to Old Trafford and has been facing an uncertain future. The Times has now reported that Serie A outfit Roma have expressed an interest in signing Sancho this summer. The report goes so far as to say that Roma have lodged a bid to sign Sancho on loan for the season ahead. United are thought to be keen on a permanent deal for Sancho rather than a loan move. It remains to be seen if this stance will affect any negotiations for the deal, with Sancho's contract at Old Trafford set to expire at the end of the season, with United having the option to extend by a further 12 months. The Manchester Evening News reported last month that Sancho had informed United of his desire to leave the club. Sancho was joined by Marcus Rashford, Antony, Tyrell Malaysia and Alejandro Garnacho in sending the message to United, with Rashford the only member of the 5 players to leave Old Trafford so far this summer. Sancho has been heavily linked with a move to Italy this summer, with Roma joining Juventus and being credited with an interest in the United forward. Inter Milan have also been mentioned as a potential destination, with the Champions League finalists viewing Sancho as an alternative target to Atalanta forward Ademola Lookman. Gianluigi Donnarumma transfer stance emerges amid Man United speculation. Latest Manchester United transfer news and gossip, including an update on Italian goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, has been left out of Paris Saint-Germain's travelling squad for the UEFA Super Cup amid links to Manchester United. The Champions League winners will take on Tottenham in Italy on Wednesday, following their Europa League final victory over United. Donnarumma's contract in the French capital expires at the end of next season, leaving him free to depart without a transfer fee. Despite not finding an agreement over a new deal, it's thought that Donnarumma was left disappointed over Luis Enrique's decision to leave him out of the squad. According to Fabrizio Romano, the goalkeeper is set to clarify his position with the club. Romano adds that the 26-year-old will 100% leave the French champions. United have been linked with his services, and according to reports, the Italian is open to the idea of moving to Old Trafford. Donnarumma. The Champions League winners will take on Tottenham in Italy on Wednesday, following their Europa League final victory over United. Donnarumma's contract in the French capital expires at the end of next season, leaving him free to depart without a transfer fee. Despite not finding an agreement over a new deal, it's thought that Donnarumma was left disappointed over Luis Enrique's decision to leave him out of the squad. According to Fabrizio Romano, the goalkeeper is set to clarify his position with the club. Romano adds that the 26-year-old will 100% leave the French champions. United have been linked with his services, and according to reports, the Italian is open to the idea of moving to Old Trafford. Donnarumma. The out of possession areas were probably where we felt we needed to demand a bit more from Mateus. But there's always that trade-off where he needs energy for transitions and counterattacks. We knew sometimes some others would have to do that work to enable him to get on the ball. We were conscious that it was never going to be the biggest part of his game. He isn't known for that, and rightly so. So we had to create a situation where we got him defensively into shape and with enough energy to impact the game when we needed him. Make title and description.